Good to go.
All right. Good evening. It's February 26, 2025. I'd like to call the meeting to order. The southeastern part of Vancouver Island, the Gulf Islands, and the Lower Fraser River are the traditional territories of the Coast Salish peoples. For thousands of years, the Coast Salish people have lived in, traveled, and fished the waterways of the Salish Sea. The Ho'okaminam language is the language of this land. Ho'okaminam, traditionally, and to this day, unites the Snanawas, Nanaimo, and Stunimas peoples as one family and on whose territories we stand today. We also give thanks to the ancestors, hereditary leaders, matriarchs, and creatures big and small for looking after the rich resources and cultural teachings of this land. And just before we move on to the agenda items, I would just like to note that today is anti-bullying day, and I noticed that a lot of people have been wearing pink, which is great, and just want to remind everyone that although we're recognizing it on this day, this is something that we should be living up to the, the standards of what is respectable behavior towards other people all the time. I'm going to move to number 2, which is transfer of items to the open meeting agenda. Are there any additions, deletions, or changes in order to the agenda? If there's none, can I please have a motion to approve the agenda? And if trustees, you can put it in the chat, I'd really appreciate it. Leanne has moved the motion. Do I have a seconder? And Greg has seconded it. Thank you very much. If you're not in favor, please put it in the chat. Seeing none, the motion is passed. Approval of the agenda is passed. Item 7 is approval of the minutes. There's a motion that the minutes from the regular Board of Education meeting held on January 29th, 2025 be adopted. Looks like I have Tom is moved it and seconded by Chantel. Is there any opposed to the approval of the minutes? Seeing none, the approval of the minutes is passed. Now moving on to section 8, which is section 72 in brackets 3 report. 8.1, section 72, 3 report. There's a motion that the section 72, 3 report from the closed Board of Education meeting on January 29th, 2025, and the special closed Board of Education meeting on February 12th, 2025 be received. And I see that Tanya has moved that motion, and it looks like Tim has seconded it. If you're not in favor, can you please put it in the chat? Seeing none, the motion has passed. Now moving on to item 9, announcements and reminders. Strategic Directions Committee meeting is on March 5th, 2025 at 5:00 p.m. Board of Education meeting is March 12th, 2025 at 6:00 p.m. And schools are closed for spring break, March 17th to the 28th, 2025. We don't have any presentations today, and there's no correspondence. So now I'm moving on to item 12.1, childcare. All right, so I'm going to hand this over to Mark Robinson, or Mark Walsh, sorry. Or sorry, Mark Robinson.
Yes.
Sorry, Mark. Yeah.
Hi. I apologize. I'm a little under the weather, but I have it here in front of me. That the Board of Education of School District number 68 Nanaimo Ladysmith empowers staff to apply for childcare spaces funding to create a childcare facility at Dufferin Learning Center.
All right. Any opposed? Oh, sorry, I have to have a mover for that. So it looks like it's kind of hard to tell on this, dear Tanya. You have down second, but I'm assuming that you would like to be the mover of that, or Mark is the mover, right?
Mark's already moved
seconder.
it.
Yes, so Tanya's the seconder. Sorry, I was getting confused. Okay, so do you want to motivate it, Mark?
I think we hash it out through the Strategic Directions Committee, so we'll move forward.
All right. Are there any opposed to this motion? Seeing none, the motion has passed. Okay, Mark.
That the Board of Education of School District number 68 Nanaimo Ladysmith approve up to 2 additional elementary school sites in the North End to host district operated before and after school care in September 2025.
We have a seconder. It looks like Greg. Are there any, do you want to motivate, Mark, or just move on?
Let's move on. Yeah, my
Okay.
throat's sore.
Yeah, okay. Any opposed? Please put it in the chat. Seeing none, the motion has passed. And the last motion, Mark?
Thank you, Chair. That the Board of Education of School District number 68 Nanaimo Ladysmith approve a pilot cost recovery based programming at appropriate sites determined by staff for summer 2025.
And do we have a seconder? Oh, point of order, Chantel?
My apologies, and I'm not sure if this is the right term I should be using, but I don't believe that that's the same motion that we had. I think the word summer is perhaps missing in this. But I'm not sure if this is the time to bring this up, but I guess I would say I'm seconding the motion for sure, but it's the wording that I'm kind of wondering about. Maybe it's, nope. You know what? I'm looking at the wrong thing. My apologies. We're at the second one, right?
Third one.
We're at the third one. Okay.
Mhm.
And then I saw summer just right at the very end there. My apologies. I'm going to back it
It's
all
okay.
up.
It's all right.
Okay, thank
So
you.
you're going to
So
second that?
I'll
You're gonna
second that. Yeah.
Okay.
No problem.
If you're opposed to the motion, can you please put it in the chat? Seeing no one's opposed, the motion has passed. And now I just have to pull up something here. So we have the next item up, which is the amended bylaw. Before we begin this, I'm just going to read out this here. I would like to confirm that all trustees are in possession of a digital or written copy of the School District 68 Nanaimo Ladysmith amended annual budget bylaw for fiscal year 2024-2025. If you are not, please indicate it in the chat. I would also like to inform the public that the written bylaw is included in this evening's public agenda on page 18, which is available on the district website. And I'm just going to go back. All right. So we have a number of readings here. Is there anybody who would like to read this motion? Mark.
Sorry, Chair, I can't read the motion, obviously, and thank you so much. Just one thing, and I want to express appreciation for an efficient meeting, just to remind you, once it's been seconded, to check to see if there's opportunity for discussion or if anyone has any discussion.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, is there anyone that would like to read the motion? Tanya.
Thank you, Chair. Just let me get myself here. That the Board of Education of School District number 68, Nanaimo Ladysmith, give the amended annual budget bylaw for fiscal year 2024-2025, all three readings at one meeting today, this 26th day of February 2025.
And we have a seconder. Chantal, I have down as a seconder. Tanya, would you like to motivate the motion?
Just a reminder all that we do need to be have consensus in order to do all three readings. I think staff has given us a good report at our previous meeting to explain the allocations they've made, and I think this is a good budget which is in line with our strategic objectives and goals and objectives. So I'm hoping that we can all support it.
Thank you, Tanya. Any discussion? Seeing none, I will move to the next motion. Tom, would you like to? Oh, sorry.
Got to vote on it. We got to have to put it in the record that.
Yes, of course. I'm just getting ahead of myself here. Okay, all those in favor, if you're not in favor, please put it in the chat. The motion has passed. Moving to the second motion.
I can do the first reading if you want. I've got it open.
Thank you, Tanya.
That the Board of Education of School District number 68 adopt the amended annual budget bylaw for fiscal year 2024-2025, as cited as School District number 68, Nanaimo Ladysmith, amended annual budget bylaw for fiscal year 2024-2025, being a bylaw associated with the amended annual budget showing the estimated revenue and expenses for the 2024-2025 fiscal year and the total budget bylaw amount of $232,710,835 for the 2024-2025 fiscal year.
Okay, and we have a seconder. Tom, I believe. Okay, Tanya, do you want to motivate?
Again, I think I sort of said it when I motivated doing the three readings, but I think it's it's good work. I will make just a gentle note that there is a typo in that first. I don't think it matters for the actual thing, but it does say 2025/2025, right? Yeah. So we just got to make sure that that's up to date.
Thank you, noted. Okay, and we had a seconder on it. Is there any discussion? I see Tim.
No, I just put the discussion in there just as a reminder. I don't know if Mark Walsh was talking about after every section we have to have a discussion, but I was just threw that in there. I wasn't quite sure of when that actually happened.
Well, that's what he was referring to. I was just flying through it. So
okay. Yeah, I was just curious on that part. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so seeing that there is no other discussion on this, if you're opposed to this motion, can you please put it in the chat? Seeing none, the motion is passed. And I see that Tom has said happy to move the third reading.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. That the Board of Education of School District 68 adopt the amended annual budget bylaw for fiscal year 2024-2025, cited as School District number 68, Nanaimo Ladysmith, Nanaimo amended annual budget bylaw for fiscal year 2024/2025. Being a bylaw associated with the amended annual budget showing the estimated revenue and expense for the 2024/2025 fiscal year and the total budget bylaw amount of $232,710,835 for the 2024/2025 fiscal year. Read a third time and adopted this 26th day of February 2025.
Okay, do we have, oh, this is the second reading actually too. I thought so. When I saw Tom said the third reading, it's actually the second reading, Tom.
Oh, read a second time and adopted
Yeah.
this 26th day of February 2025.
Yeah, okay, great. Do we have a seconder on that? Leanna. Thank you, Leanna. Tom, would you
Aye.
like to motivate?
No, just to thank staff for the work and apologize for my procedural confusion.
That's okay. I could have caught it earlier too. Thank you. Any discussion? Okay, seeing none. Are any opposed? Please put it in the chat. Seeing none, the motion has passed. We're now going to move to the third reading, and I see Tim has said he could read the third.
Thank you, Madam Chair. That the Board of Education of School District number 68 adopt the amended annual budget bylaw for fiscal year 2024 to 2025, cited as School District number 68, Nanaimo Ladysmith, amended annual budget bylaw for fiscal year 2024-2025, being a bylaw associated with the amended annual budget showing the estimated revenue and expense for the 2024-2025 fiscal year and the total budget bylaw amount of $232,710,835 for the 2024-2025 fiscal year. Read a third time. Do I read that?
Yeah.
Read a third time and adopted this 26th day of February 2025.
Thank you, Tim. And I see Chantel has got her name down to second the motion. Tim, would you like to motivate?
Yeah, I think just again, thankful for the work that's gone into. I know there's a lot of work that goes into creating budgets, and we've been presented this a couple times now, so it's quite familiar in regards to the hard work and how it does balance out for our school year. So anyways, just really appreciate the work that's gone into it. It's never easy. So thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, we'll put it to vote. If you're opposed to the motion, please put it in the chat. Okay, seeing none, the motion is passed. Number 13, senior staff reports. 13.1, Robin Gray, superintendent's reel.
Thank you very much, Chair. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to count on Jillian Robertson, our communications director, to help me out in terms of the superintendent's reel. So without further ado, is it possible, Jillian, for you to put up the superintendent's reel this month?
It is coming. 2 seconds.
Okay, well, I'll just start while it's coming, just to say that I'm always very, very excited to celebrate the exceptional work that happens across the school district. And as I showcase these reels, I certainly want to emphasize the shared efforts of everyone involved in the district's success. It is through this hard work and collective efforts and positive impact of our staff that we continue to inspire, challenge, uplift, and support our students every day. So Jillian, I believe my notes are right underneath you sharing the screen. So if you could take that off and put it on a presentation style, that would be very helpful. There we go. Awesome. Really appreciate that. Okay, next slide. Okay, so today is Pink Shirt Day, and our schools came together to stand up against bullying and support kindness in their schools and community. Two examples hot off the presses are Coffee and Kindness from Departure Bay Elementary. Patrons at Drip Coffee who ordered hot drinks today got their drink with a coffee sleeve that included a kind message in honor of Pink Shirt Day. Thanks to teacher Megan Holm for coordinating and Drip Coffee providing the sleeves. Secondly, over at John Barsby Secondary School, there were plenty of activities going on, kindness pledges, pink candy floss, and an opportunity for students to show that they can be the I in kind. Thank you to all of the schools for continuing to support Pink Shirt Day and the message of kindness and standing up to bullying. Next slide. The happiest week of the year at Cedar Elementary. For the third year in a row, Cedar Elementary proudly participated in the Great Kindness Challenge. From small gestures to grand acts of kindness, the school was bursting at the seams with positivity and compassion. Each day, the kindness wave grew, proving that kindness is truly inspiring. Kindness matters at Cedar. Next slide. Now, they're so kind that these young people, Piper, Nora, and Aria, they sent me a lovely kindness challenge Valentine's. And so you can see on the photograph, I received that last week, and I was very excited to open up my Valentine's. I think they were the only ones that I received. And so these were the cards that were made as part of the school's giving thanks to people who support the school. So I thought that was pretty cool, but of course it was a little bit to in my inbox. So thank you, Cedar Elementary. Moving on, next slide. Secondary schools have recently been introduced to exploratory days. One of the days included learning about many different healthcare careers. Students rotated through stations, including the following: medical career escape room simulation, a speed career activity, a session on post-secondary programs in healthcare, and a tour of the Nanaimo General Hospital. Next slide. As we continue on the exploratory days, you can see that students toured the HMCS Nanaimo Navy ship. They learned search and rescue procedures. They viewed the communications station, the operations center, the fire station, and viewed the Navy artillery. That was, I'm sure, a pretty exciting day for those students there in the photograph. Next slide. Now, students were hands-on at Cedar and Dover Bay Secondary and learning alternatives during the BC Road Builders and Heavy Construction Heavy Machinery Simulators Day. They had a chance to get in the driver's seat to try out the equipment and learn about the industry's career options. And you can see that our very own trustee Rokeby is in the photograph, and that looks like also a very exciting day that occurred. And I'd like to, thank, District Principal Dave Travers for all the energy and extra input he puts into making those days very exciting and an opportunity for children and our students to choose what they would like to do in the future. Next slide. I had the great opportunity of going to the Nanaimo Sport Achievement Awards with a number of trustees last Friday evening. NLPS was well represented at the 20th Nanaimo Sport Achievement Awards. Congratulations to Brian Lennox. He coaches the Wellington golf team and he won the Grassroots Coach of the Year award. Also, congratulations to Dover Bay Boys Basketball for their Junior Team of the Year win as well. And also to many student athletes who were nominated and won in their respective categories, as well as our own alumni, Ethan Katzberg and Olivia Lundman, who were also winners. We are certainly incredibly proud of our NLPS athletic community. A great event and certainly well attended. Congratulations to all of those folks. Next slide. I want to say thank you to Central Registration. This is their big time, the month of January and February. You can see here a picture of Melita Nelson, who works very closely with Lindsay Howden and Stephanie Herbert. They're doing all kinds of work right now. They're providing dedicated support, assisting parents who are registering their children for kindergarten, specialty academies, and French immersion programs. The team helps to make the process smoother and less stressful for families. And we really, truly appreciate their commitment to ensuring every child has the best start to their educational journey. So thank you very much, Central Registration. We have some upcoming events going on, and we're very excited, NLPS, to sponsor Vancouver Island University's Engaged Citizens Speaker Series being held on Tuesday, March the 11th. This year's speaker is TEDx speaker, family physician, and mental health expert, Dr. Shahana. She'll be speaking on FINE is a 4-letter word, how to help you support their mental wellness and navigate anxiety and depression. We encourage all of our NLPS staff and families to check out this excellent talk. And so that's next week or the week after on March the 11th. A great opportunity to be a participant with VIU. Next one is Don't Miss Out with Marie Batiste on March 6th from 12 to 1 for episode 4 of Learning with Sietsets. We welcome back our friend of the TRC number 57 speaker series, esteemed Mi'kmaq educator and scholar Marie Batiste, who will discuss the updated edition of Protecting Indigenous Knowledge and Heritage, a Canadian Obligation. And then finally, I just want to thank all of you for hearing about what's happening in our district in the month of February. As we showcase these reels, we want to emphasize the shared efforts of everyone involved in the district's success. It is through the hardworking collective efforts and the positive impact of our staff that we continue to inspire, challenge, uplift, and support our students every day. So thank you very much for hearing about what's happening in the district. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Robin. Really appreciated that. I see Tim has commented, awesome reels. Do we have any comments on this? Any questions? I can see. Tom?
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I just wanted to thank Minister Malcolmson for spending the day with Cedar students and the Cedar community and bringing that Road Builders show out to the school. It had an incredible impact on the students who were able to get hands-on and to recognize just what kind of economic opportunities are out there in the labor force for them right now. And to give great credit to Dave Travers, who's constantly making those connections for our students. So thank you very much for that. And I guess on a personal note, I'm so happy to see Brian Lennox, after years of service to our student athletes, get recognition for his work. All coaches make these kind of contributions. I hope they all get their chance in the limelight. I'm just really, really, really happy that Mr. Lennox has gotten his moment.
Mark says the reel is wonderful to share. It's the highlight of the meeting. Tanya says, just thank you. Great feature. And Tim would like to comment.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, just a comment. I like what Robin's doing around the summary of the month. I think a lot of the bringing out the positives that are happening in the school district is obviously important to not only us, but also obviously our families and our stakeholders and those types of things. I think sometimes we dwell or we're more feasting on the negative a lot of the times. So I think it's nice to bring out the positives in our schools that are happening. So, and showcasing the youth as well. And I think that's important. So I just wanted to thank Robin for that. It's so important to see these summaries that are happening. So I really appreciate it. And the pictures and all that tell 1,000 words. So thank you for that.
Thanks, Tim. Tanya.
I just wanted to kind of echo what Tom said about Brian Lennox and all of our coaches, but I want to give a bit of a shout out to Marilyn Sullivan and to the team at the Nanaimo Sports Achievement Awards, just that for putting that together so consistently every year. I think they had their 20th anniversary. They were mentioning last week when we were there, and it just, having spoken to some of the students who have been at that event, even if they don't win, just the acknowledgement and the time that they put into making sure that the time and effort these young people put into their sports is really, really valued. And I think sports can be a bit of a up and down issue for people. People have mixed feelings about it, but sports can save some. I know kids who are still here because of sports, because sports gave them an outlet that they needed, that kept them on a going in a good way. So just really appreciate that.
Thank you, Tanya. Are there any other comments? Okay, seeing none. Thank you, Robin. We'll move on to the next item, which is 13.2, and that's Jillian Robinson, Executive Director of Communications.
Thank you, everyone. I'm just going to share a very short presentation updating on some of our communications activities and updates. All right, I lose all, I'm not able to see anything once I put up a slide, so everyone can see everything?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I just want to update on a few of the things that we've been working on in the communications department and some changes we've made. And most of all, I want to start the presentation by emphasizing that through communications, we are working to support the strategic plan's goals, and that includes student success, student and employee wellness, and truth and reconciliation. And some of the ways that we are doing that in terms of student success is celebrating the success in our school and highlighting these good stories, because we know that it is important to share frequently and share often the amazing work of our staff and students in our schools. And I think that's probably one of the best parts about working in the communications department for a school district, is we have so many amazing things going on, and it is not hard to find those stories at all, let me tell you. And supporting student and employee wellness, that is one of the reasons we do share the good news. We know that when people see the good news about the district, see their colleagues, see their students, see their friends highlighted, it encourages a community of belonging and encourages positivity in our district, because we are telling the good news stories and we are highlighting the excellent work that is going on in our schools. For Truth and Reconciliation, we are very pleased to be able to support Truth and Reconciliation through highlighting the work of Truth and Reconciliation in our schools, and also the communications department as well, being able to share words in Hulkaminam and share some of the very interesting things that our schools do in terms of Indigenous art, Indigenous sport, and other activities. So in terms of how we're sharing that, I just want to update the board on a couple of new initiatives, and then highlight some things that are coming in through the works that we're working on as well. So one of the new and exciting things is on February 14th, on Valentine's Day, we launched a brand new NLPS employee newsletter. So this will be a bi-weekly publication that we send to all staff. And it is featured on a platform called S'more, which is very reader friendly. It also has great translation services for people who'd like to read the news in a language other than English. And we are highlighting key messages for employees. We are keeping employees updated on what is happening in the district, and that includes decisions at the board level, department updates, so that employees throughout the district, no matter where they work, know what work is going on. For example, that Rutherford is undergoing renovations, or that Learning Services has been working on the BEAM program. We like to share news with our community before it goes to the broader community. And our goal really is to create a community of belonging and support that through our newsletter. And we do have currently, it's called NLPS Employee News Now, but we had some great submissions from employees for newsletter names. When the next issue goes out tomorrow, our employees will be voting on a newsletter name. And I think the ideas that came in were phenomenal. So stay tuned for a new name coming soon. And also we like to support our community with positivity, and we also have a weekly smile, which sort of builds on the culture of dad jokes that I've noticed since I started here at NLPS. So with the employee newsletter, we've also created a district newsletter. So we have had NLPS News, which was a publication for many years that went to a specific mailing list, internal and external, and it was kind of our main newsletter from the district. So now we've taken NLPS District News and made it strictly for our external community. It's for employees as well to read, but really we're sharing news of the district with families, caregivers, our students, and community members. And this newsletter really focuses on ensuring our community has the important information and clear and easy to understand and read and find information about the work that is being done in the district. So for example, last week, we shared the news of the new education training and internship program, and we also shared our budget engagement portal. We also share school highlights to highlight the good news and celebrate our students and staff in this newsletter. And we also share events as well that parents and community members may be interested in. So we're very excited to have this newsletter, and we are using our school messenger platform to send that to every family in the district. So I think they have launched in a very strong way. We've had over 1,000 views of our employee newsletter since the first issue, and we're just approaching 2,000 views on the district newsletter. So we're happy to see that people have received these publications and they're reading them. And I can tell you that the district news was in direct response as well to our communication survey that we did last year. And we heard from families and caregivers that, our parents and caregivers, that there was a desire for a district specific newsletter. And for our board's purpose, we do share highlights from every board meeting, including the decisions that are made to keep our community up to speed, and also provide links in that newsletter to the recordings of our meetings as well. But wait, there's more. Currently, the communications department, we are working on developing an employee intranet site to better provide access for employees to the services and the information that they need while working at the school district. And we're very excited that we are well underway, but still several months away from new school. So every single school in our district and a new district website redesigns. And the goal with these redesigns is, again, to provide information that people need in a clear and easy to find format, and less scrolling and fewer clicks for people to get to the information that they need. So I'm going to share a very early prototype to show you the direction that we're heading with our district website. It doesn't show the entire, I couldn't fit the entire website on the page, but there is less scrolling. Without further ado, ta-da! Here's our concept idea. You can see that we have gone with a fairly clean and simple look. We have district news highlighted on what's called a slider to share information and events. Clear and easy to find buttons at the top of the web page, and we've highlighted the Board of Education with its own tab. And if you were to scroll further down, we have a couple more tabs, including news, school spotlight, and a section for our strategic plan information. So thank you. That is my update, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions.
Do we have any questions? Mark.
Thank you, Jillian. I love the design of the website. As a parent, we're always looking at the website for information, whether it's school closures or weather, what's going on with the calendar. I guess my question would be, if there's any thought, I didn't see a button for what parents could click immediately on for, say, school closure if there's a snow day. I'm wondering if that would be under news.
No, the way we manage school closures for the website is we have what's called an alert banner. So through the back end of the website, the communications department, it's a feature that we turn on and off. So when we do have a school closure, we select alert banner, and what comes up is a big red banner that would say school closures today due to snow, and then we can link to a page with further information.
Oh, that's fantastic. There's no clicking at all. Just go to the website and it'll be right there.
Clicking, yeah, we want people, it's early in the morning. We don't want anyone to have to wake up and click anything, just come to our website. And of course, we do have multiple layers of communications for snow closure events, including direct emails. We email all of our media friends as well, so that they have the information, and social media. So again, multiple layers where people can get that information.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Jillian. I love all the changes that staff's coming up with lately. It's wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, and credit to the fantastic team that we have in communications with Shauna DeBott and Alyssa Johnson.
Chantel.
Hi, Jillian. Thank you for that. It looks so clean and crisp and very easy to see what's going on there, and I really appreciate it. And I think you might know what I'm going to be asking here, but I thought it'd be great if you could highlight it for everybody here, because I think it's about the accessibility features, things like that you're able to put on there for now. That would be awesome.
Yes, accessibility is huge and vital to our new redesign, including translation services, which is important as we continue to see increased diversity in our district. And one of the main things that will happen is that we won't have those PDF downloads again, which make it very difficult especially with our policies and APs. Right now, people have to, it's hard to explain. It opens up within a window, and it doesn't work with a reader for someone who's visually impaired. And we're going to address that and implement best practices for accessibility on this website, because that's just where we have to be.
Thank you. I really wanted the public to know, that this is also something that you guys are working on, and it's great. Thank you so much for doing all this hard work. Thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none, Jillian, I just want to thank you very much for leading the hard work to make these changes. I was able to look at the newsletter. I guess it was on Valentine's Day or whatever that it was. And I was so impressed. It was so easy to follow and to find information. It was very clearly laid out, great design. And yeah, like you mentioned too, we're also responding to staff requests for, better communication avenues. And you guys are doing a great job to try to build on the strategic plan, our goals. So thank you very much. Okay, moving on to the next item, 13.3 is Mark Walsh, Secretary Treasurer, and Pete Sabo.
Great. Thank you, Chair. Just a couple of brief items here to bring to the board's attention. And I've given Pete the evening off, so I'm going to cover it this evening. But so under recommendation 23 of the Long Range Facilities Plan is a commitment to continue working together with both land base as other Indigenous partners in our community. Of course, Tilikum Lalem is one of our closest partners. they've been on the site at John Barsby providing childcare for a very, very long time, and they've approached us a little while ago, and I want to acknowledge their patience given how busy we were in assisting them to get this done. But a miniature longhouse project to be incorporated in the childcare that they're providing. And so again, working with our facilities department, what you see on page 35 of the agenda was produced and is now available to students. Available to the kids in care who will ultimately be our students someday. And so again, just to express appreciation to Inga Cooper, Tillicum Leyland for being such good partners, and facilities for working with them. I know that we've got some more things we're talking about with them to be able to work on. And just if you look at page 35, I do really like the picture, and you see the miniature longhouse with Tay Tuxton right in the background. So very positive in alignment with the board's strategic plan. So I'm not sure there's any questions. Happy to answer them if I can, but just wanted to highlight a positive partnership there.
Leanna has commented and said very exciting, and Tom would like to comment.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Just a note of appreciation for this ongoing partnership. This is the part of being a trustee that I've learned, or I guess maybe before being a trustee, I didn't realize how central partnerships were to the smooth operation of our district and getting the best services to kids. My family were, this is probably our original at school daycare. Am I right with that? Goes back to even the Little Ferns days. My kids were students there before they attended our public schools. This is an amazing addition to the not just the daycare site there, but frankly the Barsby site. So kudos to staff for the partnerships, and I can't wait to see it open.
Chantel comments, it's beautiful and so glad we were able to partner to create this. Yeah, I don't see any more questions or comments. Thanks for sharing that, Mark. It is really a beautiful structure and, you know, kind of working within our strategic plan as well, Truth and Reconciliation and our partnership. So thanks.
Great. So the next item, Chair, and Kelsey Bakewell, our Manager of Maintenance, is here. Kelsey, could I get you to come on screen and maybe say a word so we can highlight you for the community?
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for having me, Chair. I appreciate the opportunity.
Great, thanks. So thank you, Kelsey.
Welcome.
So tonight, again, we just wanted to, obviously, we had a fairly significant snow event. We almost avoided it this year, but we didn't. And I really wanted to connect. This is a great opportunity to both tell you a really success story and express appreciation to our staff and to Kelsey's team and facilities and our caretakers, our capital team, but also just to, again, to kind of reflect on the board's influence on expenditure, sometimes when there even isn't a policy, as an example. And so I know a couple of years ago, the board, you know, was asking a lot of questions, rightfully so, about our responsiveness to bylaws with respect to the safe sidewalks next to schools and our timing to clear those off. And, you know, we worked hard and, you know, good partners with the city, but we weren't necessarily getting close to meeting what those bylaws would require. And, you know, in the last 4 years or so, we have been making additional investments as we can, not made like, you know, tens and 20s of thousands, maybe not hundreds and hundreds, but new bobcats, new equipment to attach to our equipment, as well as a bit of a change in focus. So one of the things that we've done is we're a little bit more all hands on deck than we were in the past. And by what I mean by that is, we've always done a good job of making sure parking lots and pathways at schools were done, but when we got that done, we typically we take our foot off the gas no longer. And so we had probably less complaints by community members than we ever have this year. I think we counted 3 maybe. You know, we're always going to, you know, have a little corner where we might have missed, and it's great that they get in contact with us. But just wanted to express appreciation for Kelsey and his team. It was a really, we were really proud of the response time for this event. And so we're both here to answer any questions, but just wanted to bring that to the board's attention.
Thank you very much, Mark and Kelsey. Greg has a comment.
Yes, thank you. Through you, Chair, to staff. I just wanted to express my appreciation as well. And I know this was something that I had brought up in the past, and I'm glad to hear that we're making all kinds of efforts and investments into to areas around our schools. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Any other comments, questions? Leanna.
Yeah, I was very impressed as somebody who's on foot 5 days a week, walking around and reading all the meters at the schools. I thought that this was an incredible snow mountain you guys climbed and attacked and got under control and made everything safe. And yeah, I was so impressed because I was looking around being like, oh no, how are they going to do this? Like, it's going to keep snowing and now the ice. But it was probably one of the best snow cleanups, I think, in maybe the last 5 or 6 years. It was very, very impressive. Thank you.
Thanks, Leanna. Looks like Chantel is typing something. Snow job well done. Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much, Kelsey, and your team. Just having taught for 25 years in the schools, when we were hit with you know, snow days, you'd see the principals out there with their shovels and people carefully navigating their way to the front door. So it's just really great to hear how exceptional the work was you did this time under really extreme conditions. Because I know that it doesn't snow as much in other areas, but I know where I am in the north end, you know, we had a lot of snow. So very well appreciated. I know it's incredibly hard work. So thank you very much.
And Chair, can I leave you with one little anecdote that
Sure.
I thought was pretty funny? As we received an email with some photographs, I believe, of Ladysmith Elementary or primary, sorry. And so again, leave it to the professionals. We had some Good Samaritan or someone come and clear a pathway at the site. And they piled all of the snow next to one of the access doors to the school. So we had to come back and move all the snow again.
Oh, no.
But everyone had their heart in the right spot.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. All right. Well, moving on. Thank you very much. It doesn't look like we have any unfinished business or new business. For information in the agenda, there's the board motions report and also the trustee committee reports for your perusal. Karen, do we have any questions? Nope, she said there's no questions. So just before we end, I just want to apologize to the trustees for not allowing discussion. I don't know why I was just racing through and I forgot the discussion piece, so I apologize. I'd now like to make a motion. Would somebody like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting? Okay, Chantel says she'd like to make a motion to adjourn. Do you guys want to discuss that? Sorry. Okay, and Tom says he's going to second it. If you're not in favor of the meeting being adjourned, can you please put it in the chat? All right, seeing that there's no negatives to it, the meeting is adjourned. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.